Hey, and welcome to what is my third instalment of this Sanctum 2 playthrough. This is my first unique look at Sanctum 2, so I've never played this or any other type of defense game whatsoever. So you'll get my initial reactions as we go through. I have bought the DLC or the extended add-ons for this, so we're going to carry on with the campaign here first though, before I get onto those other extended bits. Construction site, very popular place for games to be set these days. Network public, I wonder if that just means any old random can jump into my game. No one has thus far, but you never know. I just have to be thankful that no one has just jumped into my game randomly. I really do quite like these comic book strip-esque sections between the game. You know, short, sharp, lets you know what's going on, but doesn't get in your way too much. Obviously, if it was animated, it might detract somewhat from that loading screen, but overall it's quite nice. This is obviously someone who came along with the add-on as well. I got a new character. No, I had some success with Hagen Hawkins. That shotgun was really effective, but I think I'm going to go back to the first character, see what she's got to offer in these later stages. As you may have saw in the last video, I did struggle. Bad placing of towers and various other bits and pieces, and his gun and his offence wasn't enough to really bring down some of those bigger units perhaps. I don't know that an assault rifle is any better than a shotgun really, but I might be able to do more damage from distance. I'm picking the same sort of towers that I usually pick. You know, I don't know, I mean those other ones might be good. I might need to play the level, find out what's going on, and then find out the other tower is much better for the level. I assume they all have their strengths and weaknesses against various enemies and various other bits and pieces. Perk, I'm going to go with the damage again. If anything does get through. Ooh, and I've got some new skins as well. I guess that came with the extended add-on stuff that I bought at a very, very reasonable price. I don't usually buy DLC and add-ons, especially skins and various other bits and pieces, but 85% off in their sale. I think it worked out to be like 40p. And it was all bundled into one purchase. I didn't particularly buy the skins at all, but you know, might add a bit of longevity to the game if people really care about that sort of thing. Right, so just trying to get my bearings of this level to see what I'm doing. I'm guessing the fire is painful if you walk through it, and my build area is only this one section within the blue squared area. So first things first, we need to block off their nice easy access to the dome by building somewhat of a wall here. This will make them walk out a little bit further. Now what I'm thinking, if I can build a wall either side of this fire, it means they have to walk through that one section in between the two blocks there. Apparently this is going to get them. Well, I'm glad she's confident of my ability to build walls in the right place. So yeah, I'm hoping that by doing this they have to walk through the fire on their exit of the play zone. So yeah, I'm hoping that'll work out. I'm gonna, I need to build some walls back here just to, again, force them to take a little bit longer
one tower at a time
to get those kills later on. We need to push them further out. This is a good all-round gun. Generally, this is a little bit weaker, and this is good against the more powerful enemies. It's like one shot every 30 seconds or something. It's not that good if you've got lots of enemies, but one or two large ones, they do a good job on those. So stick one of those in, stick one of those in. The enemy seems to be coming out over there, so stick it relatively close to them so it's got a lot of time to see them and kill them.
Here they come.
Ah, well, this is the first, flying enemies. And they take a lot of damage, and they fire things. Well, it's a new experience if nothing else. Those towers not doing an awesome job so far of, yeah, there you go, there's one down from the towers. So we will see how this pans out. I am quite liking this assault rifle though. Again, that kind of medium amount of damage but continual fire without having to reload is really nice. So that was a relatively easy wave. Took a bit of a beating, more so than I want to. Now I've got them coming from the other side. I don't know that these walls really actually stop flying creatures. So if any of them are flying creatures, I imagine this is an entirely pointless effort. Remembering my own pro tip there from my earlier video, do not build a wall on top of yourself. Step back a bit before having that fire from outer space, where the hell it comes from. So basically I'm trying to force the creatures out and around past these other two guns that I've already set up and maximise my resources here, and hopefully we can force them into coming around here. And then what I can do is I can just build all my guns along this pathway, and then, you know, that should make my job of firing a gun a lot easier. I mean, obviously as a first person shooter you maybe want to be involved a little bit more in the actual shooting, but these monsters do come out in greater numbers, so the more I can thin them out, the better off I think I'll be. So the little flying creatures generally don't worry about the wall, so I probably need to stick some guns as close to the exit as possible, so that as they fly out of their little hole over there, they get done. If any large creatures come past this exit, not only will they hit the fire, but hopefully they'll be electrocuted on their way out. And I'm just going to upgrade the shooting power of that particular gun. Hopefully, you know, the exit. Hopefully the exit. Oh, Jesus! Goddamn flying creatures. It kind of distracts you quite a lot. I mean, the other large creatures probably about to come and thump me in the goddamn face any fucking minute now. Ah, good time to reload. Oh, there you go. He is actually just smashing me in the head while I'm trying to do stuff. Oh, yeah, there he is. But luckily, my plan of having the electricity sat on the edge there, killing those large enemies later on, was obviously good. I have 53 seconds with which, 50 now, with which to build something useful for this level. So I'm gonna panic and probably cock this up even more. Again, gonna try and extend their walking time so it thins them out a little bit, so that we can get some more guns on them. I've obviously screwed that up because that hasn't joined up at all. Stick another one in there seems like a waste. And then let's lay down some guns. Running out of time, but I've run out of resources pretty much anyway. Let's just add some attack to that, because those flying creatures are a bitch to deal with. So, let's go and stand by the fire. Oh Jesus. So, the guns are kicking off, and I'm being hit by flying creatures. The flying creatures are probably the most annoying thing, simply because they don't bother with the path. Holy shit, what was that? I'm being attacked from all sides and I don't actually know what to do with it. That is a huge, great big flying tentacly thing. Called a hoverer, amazingly. I'm standing in the fire. Pro tip for anyone watching this: standing in the fire is bad for your health, so don't do it. Or you'll end up a charcoal carcass like I was. It would appear he's my last enemy. Oh Jesus, he's got quite a powerful attack.
That seems to be all of them.
That's quite good. So, up to wave 4 now. I mean, if that's one of the creatures on wave 4, I'm not looking forward to creatures later on, but we do have something of a reprieve here, as this isn't time limited, so I have all the time in this world with which to plan my wall building. Again, this may not be the best
This is gonna get him.
design ever, but hopefully there will be some madness in the method here, and it will hopefully allow me to again push them out and round, build some more towers, force them to take longer to get to the exit. I don't know if that's really going to work, but we shall. My apologies there. I've asked rather a lot of my Mac here, and unfortunately
Here they come.
it kind of maybe overheated or something, and the video capture software basically just failed. So I don't think I really did much in the interim between where you saw the video end and where you saw the video begin, but you might have seen something of a jolt in the vision, where I was standing in one place and standing in the next. Oh Jesus Christ. It was an unfortunate situation, the circumstance of running a very high powerful graphic game. Always come back to me. A video capture software and some other bits of software doing some other bits and pieces, plus an internet from across. I feel I'm being attacked from many sides here.
Nice.
It's probably the closest I've been to death a number of times now in this game, or this level particularly. I don't think I've ever reached death that many times. Hopefully that interim break didn't ruin your viewing too much. I didn't actually do anything particularly amazing in the time
Killing off vermin.
before I realised that the camera had failed to record some of what I was doing. I probably didn't say very much that was that interesting in between then and now either, so it may have actually saved you listening to some rubbish. I can't even remember what I was saying at the time when the video crapped out, but I think it was something about building this wall. I don't know if it's the right way to go about things, and it's probably completely pointless because it's already running that path, but if I put a wall along the back there, hopefully I can put some extra guns on it and have a whole chain of weaponry all the way down there, so that we end up killing as much before it actually reaches the exit as possible. 21 of those bad boys are coming out of there apparently, so we probably need to start thinning those a little bit. I do like the way the looms just kind of pop out of the blackness there. It kind of reminds me of some sort of theme park thing or something. I don't know where I'm going on that particular strain of thought. I can't really explain the theme park idea, but the way they kind of, come out of the darkness into the world. Oh Jesus, one of them has made it through and is going to kick the crap out of my globe. Hopefully that 2000 damage perk is passive and will be hurting that creature, but obviously the thing going pink or purple is not good. Bad sign. So I'm just literally laying thousands of damage to that creature, and I think it's finally exploded into pieces. So they're going to make it through. I'm not going to have to put them down, but excellent. The fire did appear to work as intended. So I got some XP stuff there. I've never noticed that popping up on my screen before. It probably has every single time. Probably if I go back and watch the videos, which I wouldn't want to do really. I have to listen to myself talk. If I go back and watch those videos, someone's probably going to go, "Oh, you dildo! They're always popping up. You're always getting experience points for completing the level with like no damage or whatever else. I assume you rank up quicker." the more damage you do without being damaged yourself. I said I was going to run all the guns along the back to thin them out, and yet I am not taking my own advice. I am literally placing all the guns by the exit. And I'm going to power that gun up. I don't want to do too many of those guns because apparently the more powerful they become, the slower they fire. But if I get your one up to like level 2 and one or two of them close to level 2, they hopefully shouldn't slow down too much but have the benefit of being more powerful. Now I'm going to come and stand over here because those flying creatures will then have to pass every single gun, every single tower to me, which their main goal in life seems to be my miserable life on their planet. And since their planet, because I've never seen great big glowing balls of I know what they are. Sperm hanging from a mountain, so I assume it must be on some other planet where they have green sperm balls from mountains. He's going to go and kill that. So, and he's dead. And we have one of those big massive tank creatures. Now, if I remember rightly, you can only really do any damage to them if you there's 3 of them. You can only really do any real damage to them if you shoot them in exactly the right spot, which is, for lack of a better term, the arsehole, because that really does look like what it is. I don't know what else you'd call that. You are basically just staring into the anus of an mansion. They are stupidly large on health, and there are 2 more on their way. So I imagine my core, or whatever the hell that goddamn glowing ball is that we seem to love so much, that we protected with our lives, I imagine it's going to take something of beating in this, because quite frankly I think I'll be able to do enough damage quickly enough. So hopefully the ball will defend itself with that 2,000 damage that it does, or 20,000 damage, or the hell it does. Yeah, I get it. I've got defender core. Yeah, this might be a short run. Well, I managed to kill it this time. I have 53 seconds, another timed effort, and there's 3 more of those goddamn tank creatures coming out of there. So I am going to stick up an electric thing there in order to bash it on its way out.
This will do it.
Stick another gun there just so that it can thin out some of the creatures, and maybe some flying ones. Maybe do some upgrading to some turrets here. And then same plan. I go and stand over the back here so that those flying creatures have to come across all these towers to get to me, and hopefully by the time they get to me, they have been warned. Now, I'm in a little bit of trouble here, because that tank-like creature has made it through all the defences and is on the way to the core. I also have several more tank-like creatures coming, and it looks pretty goddamn quick. So you may be seeing me replay this level a second time, and being attacked by something as well as having to kill that thing. So he's dead. Oh Jesus! Again on the brink of death. Can't switch weapons. I need to learn to switch weapons quicker. The core is being attacked again. Yeah, like I say, you might get to actually see me play this level again. And hopefully we won't have the interim break we had last time, try and shut down some of the other software that's running at the same time as this rather RAM-heavy game and RAM-heavy software that then records audio and visual here. So, fucking him in the arsehole with my shotgun. That looks gone from pink to a really nasty red colour, and I'm only on wave 8. We may need to rethink our strategy somewhat. They're getting through far too easily. So I think I'm gonna just hit the recycle button. Sorry, I'm just trying to think what I want to do here. How I want to do this. I think I'm going to need to recycle some of the barriers here. And change how we're doing this. Because quite frankly, those tank creatures are not going past enough guns and not taking enough time to go past barriers. So I'm going to stick a barrier there, which means they cannot just walk directly. I think that's what we were doing wrong. We were letting them through too soon. They were only, you know, going past 1 or 2 guns, and those guns didn't have a long time to affect their health. So this route will force all comers to go around past more weaponry.
This is gonna get him. Killing off Vermin. One tower.
Again, like I say, I'm just trying to channel them through one specific spot here, and forcing them to, you know, wear their little legs out, running further because they have to go around all these weird and wonderful barrier shapes. So hopefully now, another one of those in so we can shoot the flying creatures that I hate so much. That's good. Right. Stick in some electric ones that will kind of damage the larger creatures as they go around. Yeah, let's hopefully that won't crush me. Quite disconcerting seeing a gun fired into the ground right next to you. And then really we probably just want to, because we've got as many towers as we can have, I don't know if I want to recycle these or not. Place them all back in. I don't know that the guns on the back wall are really that much use, or maybe they're more useful. Perhaps I shouldn't have an absolute cluster of guns all set in the same spot. I don't know, really. But we're on wave 8 of 11. We've taken quite a beating in terms of our core. So, you know, last ditch effort really. Stick another one of those in. Probably should have stuck another electric gun in somewhere, but I'm hoping that let's just upgrade that. It's going to do 3,700 a shot, which is pretty good. This won't upgrade it fully, but it will do more damage, and it will have slightly more range. So I've got 15 out of 15 towers, I can't put any more in. So if this works, then we just power up the towers we have. Now I'm basically just going to stand here and watch creatures just fly past my eyesight dying as they're murdered by my awesome tower ranging. And he's not... Alright, just dropping dead around me. That's a turret. Here you go. Yeah, he still had quite a lot of... am I going to get him? Alright. Let's entice him to come back. Shoot him in the arsehole and he comes back. He doesn't like that. Apparently none of them do. They have a real arsehole thing going on. So, I don't think they've got that kill. think my turrets did their job. You know, this exit of I think I do prefer this assault rifle in the end, doing some major damage there. This last, you know, barrage of guns seem to be doing their job. Look at that, it's like literally 10,000 worth of damage all from these last 3 or 4 guns. I can't lay any more actual guns, so we are just going to power the shit out of guns we have. Now that's going to be exploded apart by a brand new upgraded version of itself. You know, you could have just taken the old one away and recycled that space, but no, just fire another one from space and have the other one blow up all over the place. You know, the future must be bright. Don't have to worry about resources or anything. You can just afford to fire shit from outer space and no one cares. Right, so I can't actually lay any more towers. I can pointlessly put down blocks to try and again slow down movement. Hopefully maybe spread the pack out a little bit thinner so the guns have more time to hit them. I have no idea if the game is that, I say intelligent, but I'm not intelligent, but whether the game's that intelligent to actually kind of, as they run round the blocks, whether it does spin them out because they have to separate them. They can't all occupy the same space, as it were. So, so far so good. There doesn't appear to be any flying creatures, which always brightens my day up, because they are a bitch. And yeah, I'm not having to do an awful lot quite yet. So this awesome barrage of guns has done its job so far. So now they're starting to get through because there's so many of them. It's like watching It's a Knockout or something. I mean, a man inside a great big rubber suit charging towards some crappy girl. The fire takes that one. Oh, I've got his attention here. It's shooting in the arsehole. Although his arsehole looks like it's on his face. Yeah, so some of the viewers, if there are any viewers watching this, may not know what It's a Knockout is. Look it up on YouTube and look for the giant men in rubber suits running around. I don't just imagine they were ever fired at by artillery and electrocuted, but you may see the comparison I'm trying to draw. Got idea. So there we go. Our last, I can't remember what they're called, absorber or something. So we've made it to wave 10 and we've had no one-trick pony. I'm guessing that's because most of the kills were done by towers. We've had no damage, no extra damage done to our big glowing ball of blue at the end there, or red as it is now. So that's been powered up as much as it can. It's now on level 3. Looks frigging awesome. That should do some major weight damage. Let's upgrade that to a level 2. That's it, just smash it apart. We should be able to do some major weight damage if any creature makes it this far in the gauntlet of guns set up. I think this new
get ready.
This new path we've got is much better than the first path we had. These creatures from the left-hand side, the gnomes from the left-hand side, are taking more of a beating now than they did before, which means the guns are having more time to affect them. And I'm absolutely loving this setup of like 6 guns or whatever it is at the end. That are just literally levelling everything that goes through. Oh, he's made it through. I died. Fair enough. Combination of fire and machine gun. Oh, I've got a little bit too close here, haven't I? Yeah. It's a big ugly creature that fires glowing green balls. There seems to be a theme of green balls in this game. I don't know what the developer or the designer was experiencing at the time. Go on, electrocute it. always good to see those things just explode after being hit by a number of electrical bolts. Mostly satisfying. I should maybe stop hip firing one day and use the controls as they're meant to be used. And oh well, I was just about going down my sights. But we died before. Then, so we need to upgrade some stuff because we can't lay any more guns. We have the full complement of towers. So I like the electricity. Does a fair amount of damage. We are on the final wave. I can only imagine this means... what the hell are those things? That can only mean bad times for all. I don't... sorry, I'm just randomly spinning around in circles. As my brain often does when thinking. So just upgrade everything just a little bit along this wall here. Same plan as before. Go and stand by the guns. So anything trying to attack me has to come past the guns first. Maybe a cowardly way of doing things. Perhaps I should be out there. Giant things again. Yeah, you know, maybe cowardly, and I should perhaps go out there and fight. Jesus, what am I being shot by? Oh, it's called a rhino, whatever the hell the thing is. Oh, there you go. No, I didn't even bother to move out of the way that one again. Oh, good. Oh, look at that, just dropping like giant flies with tentacles and whatever they have going on for them. That's the spirit. So there are an absolute shitload of them in the final level. I imagine this is not going to be good for me. Oh yes, well. So, oh, he hasn't got that much energy left. Come on, come on, come on. He'll probably get there, do one move, and it'll be over. Well, good God. We actually managed to, yeah, do a little dance. Why not? We actually managed to complete that, which after like wave 8 did not look like it was going to happen. We seem to have unlocked some weird floating thing, no idea what it does. I'm sure we'll find out in the next episode. And then we have some weird perks, corpse explosion, increase of damage, and yeah, there we go. The towers did most of the work there, as you can see. But then it is a tower defense game, you know, what am I doing all the work for if I've got towers? So we have unlocked the comm tower. That's not something I'm going to take on in this episode. I will pick that up in the next episode. If you did like this episode, I encourage you to press the like button, and if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for your support, and goodbye!